18th again with Bulletproof RC, and this is my Cragsman C from Traction Hobby. After owning the Founder, which is Traction Hobby's first installment in the 8-scale arena, I can say that I have a lot of respect for Traction Hobby. I know a lot of folks out there are leery of buying Chinese products, but you know, I feel like this product will eventually make it to the United States. And when it does, I feel like the price is going to be a lot higher than it is right now. I can tell you from the ground up, this thing was built with longevity in mind, with the 6mm carbon fiber chassis and all the aluminum parts and hardened steel gears and everything that went into it. And you know, after this thing has not failed me other than a 5x10mm bearing, had to give Traction Hobby another try. So let's get back to the Cragsman C. Okay guys, as you know, I had reservations about the original Cragsman, which is why I chose the Founder as my first Traction Hobby product. And I'm glad I did, because the Founder is bulletproof and has served me well, but they've done a number of upgrades with the Cragsman chassis for the Cragsman C. I'll get into it in a minute once I pull the body and show you guys what they've done to improve this chassis overall. And I'm very pleased with the outcome. I love the new body. The Raptor body is really nice. Of course, this came clear and I painted it. But I was very pleased to see that window masks were included. My Founder body that I bought clear did not have window mask. Had to get creative with that. And of course there was a number of decals to make this thing look nice on the outside, you know, with the window trim and such. Very pleased to see that it has molded grill in the front, molded light buckets, a lot of nice stuff, a lot of features. You know, check out the windshield wipers. Did not come with interior. I had to get creative here. This is the Proline 10th scale interior that I put in here, and it actually worked out. It's a little bit narrow, and I had to chop on it a little bit to make it work in this cab. Don't think you're going to buy it and just drop it in. It takes a little bit of work. And the action figure is a 7-inch action figure that I did have to chop on him as well to make him work in this Proline interior. And all in all, I'm pretty happy with it though. You can message me with more questions about how I did the interior should you have more questions. It did come with the door handles. Came with a spare. It did not come with these aluminum wheels. It came with plastic 2.2s. These are stock tires. I put a fuel cell in there. That did not come. It did come with rear light buckets as well. They weren't silver. I painted them. I do have working lights functioning on this vehicle, and that is Tamiya metallic orange if you're interested in that color. And this is Tamiya bright silver on the stripes. And from RPP Hobbies, I just purchased the decal for the Poison Spider. If you was thinking that I painted that, then you'd be wrong. I'm not that good. And it did turn out pretty good, and it matches the Tamiya bright silver perfectly. So really happy with the outcome. The Founder had aluminum bumpers. This one comes with plastic ones. Does have aluminum fair lead. Underneath, upgrades include a aluminum center skid plate, and that thing's nice. I'll take the body off in a minute and show you the aluminum battery tray, which is also red anodized aluminum, and it's pretty. These are steel drive shafts. The original Cragsman, these were plastic, guys. In the original Cragsman, it did have an aluminum axle housing, but inside here was a plastic diff cup that people were having trouble with locking diffs. Now they've upgraded and they give you a metal diff cup in there to keep all the gears solid, and there are metal gears inside. And I don't know if the original Cragsman had metal gears in the axles, but in the center transmission and the front transmission, or the transfer case and the transmission, they had plastic gears in them. Now they're all metal. So super nice upgrade. As for me, I'm not going to run anything with a disposable brushed can like this thing come with. I'm going to go brushless on all my rigs, and Metal Gear transmission is definitely a plus. So happy about that. There's upgraded CVDs in this thing. They're steel as well. Give you a greater steering angle. And I tell you what, we'll pull the body off and look at the chassis a little better. And I'll show you a couple other things that they've included. Okay guys, body's off, and as you can see, the red anodized battery tray in here, that's super nice. The original Cragsman had just a simple stamped aluminum plate that went this way, and that also connects to a nice red anodized aluminum chassis brace back here. And there is a steel ladder frame chassis just like the original Cragsman. There is a red anodized aluminum motor mount right there, if you can see it. I think it's coming across. So, you know, they've done a number of upgrades on this vehicle, and pretty happy with it overall. Went with the Hobby Wing axe system. I'll tell you why I chose that in just a minute. Got a JX servo. I think that's the 5603. Is that right? Kind of hard to... Yeah, no, 5036, excuse me. I can't remember now if it's I know it's over 400 inch-ounces of torque, and it's decent speed on it too, as long as you run it at 7.4 volts. Full disclosure here though, the Hobby Wing axe system is capable of 7.4 volts for the BEC and servos, but I didn't want to run 7.4 volts to my receiver and burn all my servos out for shifting. I'm not sure what these are rated at. I couldn't find it anywhere. Have no idea. But I assume since the stock ESC put out 6 volts that they would be safe at that. So I set this to 6 volts, and then I ran a BEC and the Holmes RX bypass adapter, and I'm running my servo at 7.4 volts, and all the rest of the servos run at 6 volts. But one of the main reasons I chose the Hobby Wing is because you can't get a slate motor these days from Castle. They're all sold out. I don't know what's going on there, but you know, I do like the Castle Mamba X and slate motor combo. Have it in several rigs, and it's awesome. But yeah, the slate motor's hard to find. If you flip the motor over to the end of it and look at your Castle motor, you'll see that they are made in China. So I don't know if a Chinese manufacturing is not able to keep up with the demand. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, that's number one reason I went with this system. Second reason is this is a 5-channel system. It does come with a 5-channel remote. All of the channels are being used. You got your steering, throttle, front diff, rear diff, high-low speed, and 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive. So it's five channels. With that being said, the high and low speed, in my mind I thought about getting a Mamba X and using a servo Y adapter and plugging it in to the high and low speed servo port in the receiver, and running the Mamba X off of it, and then having this thing in rock racer mode, which is no drag brake, in high gear, and running the full drag brake, which is the crawler mode, in first speed. But the problem is, when I got this rig, I looked on the remote, and it is a 3-position switch. I don't know why. It's a 3-position switch for your high and low gear. And the Mamba X will only operate off of a 2-position switch that way. So I didn't want to buy a new remote. I've got a 4-channel DX4C that I use in most of my rigs, but I'm just going to go ahead and use the stock remote. And I'll show you it. Slide this car over. Here it is right here. Made a couple of changes to it. It is a rebranded Fly Sky. I did paint the wheel just to kind of match the vehicle. And then I had an orange grip left over from an old Fly Sky that I had before, and I thought, why not? My buddy's got one of these too, so that way we don't we won't get these two confused. But here's your high and low speed switch right here, and it's actually, see, it's actually a 3 position. I don't know why they chose that particular one to operate high and low gear. I guess you could switch it, use this for high and low gear, which is channel 3 versus channel 4. But you got to push it all the way that way to go into high gear and all the way that way to go into low gear. But I just didn't know if that would work with the Mamba X, and I didn't want to have to get a new remote. Anyway, enough on that. Pretty happy overall with this rig, guys. I'm going to get the body put back on. Oh, one more quick thing. I did change out the way the body was out of the box. It is designed to use magnets up front, Velcro strips on the side, and then it had a pin system in the back that where you put a body pin through a hole here, and I did upgrade that to a magnet system just to make, because once you get the Velcro on the sides of this thing, it was hard to slide the body in, and you'd have to have it in your hand to understand that. But now I can pull the sides of the body out, drop it down, the magnets, all 4 magnets will click into place, and I just let go of the sides and they adhere to the Velcro, so it makes it a lot easier. Let's get the body put back on. Alright, body's back on. As you can see, the LEDs are fully functional. They are 5mm LEDs. I used Cool Clear 5mm 12-volt lights on the 2 top positions and amber on the lower. And then these are 3mm lights here, LEDs. They're amber. And then in the rear, they're all 5mm, and those are red up top and 1 amber on the bottom, if you're interested. What I did, I just made my own lighting harness, and the rear LEDs go straight into the receiver box since the rear portion of this truck does not come off. The front portion, they're all just tied in together, going to a receiver plug, and I've got an extension going in the receiver box, and I just have to plug it up before I drop this body on, if you're interested. I didn't really go over these wheels. They're from Alien Tack. Those are G-made center hubs in there. They are a 3-piece design, so took them apart. I painted the little ring in the center to match the body, just to give it a little bit more of a pop. And Alien Tack only sold these in 4. I did find a Chinese manufacturer who made the same wheel, and I ordered 1 spare from China and had to wait 3 weeks for it, but it did come. Other than that, I think we're good, guys. So hope you enjoyed the video. As always, like and subscribe, and comment below with any questions you may have or concerns about Traction Hobby. I did purchase this from Asia Tees. I chose the it was about $100 to ship it, but it was a DHL Express, and it came in like a day and a half, so from China. So that was kind of amazing. But anyway, as always, guys, like and subscribe, and have yourself a great day.